Hello, everyone, and welcome on the Sunday night. If you can, hopefully you can hear me and see me. Whoops, I just moved my whole camera. That's great. Give me a second, you guys. A rough start to tonight's stream. I'll tell you why it was so crazy in here in a second. But type in the comments where you are watching from tonight. I would love to hear. Okay, let's try that. All right, a bit of a rough start, but I am here. Welcome, everyone. I am Canuck Clay. I am the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. And this is indeed my Canucks take, all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks Commentary, my live stream, my weekly Sunday night live stream for Sunday, March the 27th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. I have so much to get to. Let's start with my usual thank you to my moderators. Thank you in advance. I know you have a tough job. I just know that you try and continue to use some good discretion. Sexist, homophobic, racist, ableist, spam, another language, delete it. If it's not any of that and people are just trying to have some fun, let some people have some fun. So moderators, thank you. To my sponsors, Perform and Transform, personal training and weight loss. Sign up now for a free 7-day trial. Use that link right there, performandtransform.ca/CanuckClay. Thank you to Patrick Liu and the team. Thank you to Jason Lim of Van City Experts Real Estate Group. Contact Jason and his team for all of your real estate needs. Jason showed up at my pub night at my meetup yesterday, which I'll talk about in a second. So thanks to Jason. Thanks to Gassy Jack Art, maker of this fine artwork. I've changed it up. Now we have a little bit of McLean Linden action there and Luongo there. And then, of course, to Monkey Nine Brewing, my eternal sponsor and host of my meetup yesterday. And finally, members. Legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Justin Credible, legendary Andrew Chang. All three legends were there at the meetup yesterday. And to Hall of Fame members, Jens95, Simalexander, Chris Seifried, Adam Broomfield, Shannon Hollingworth, Hsmfangirl Gaming, smoovegroove, and Carol Bovenlander. Thank you for support as always. And thanks to the support of all members of all levels. You are listed in my video descriptions. If you want to become a member of the CCC Crew, press the join button underneath this or my videos on the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. And finally, for all of you, no matter where you're watching from, whether you're in my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston, in Richmond, in the city, in the country, province, country, continent, or around the world, thank you, thank you, thank you. You know that I do not take you for granted. You know that I know that you could be watching, doing anything else right now, but the fact that you are here with me on a Sunday night, I appreciate you. So as always, I would love it if you like this video, like the fact that we are together, like the fact that the Canucks had a massive win last night, like the fact that I was able to have a watch party, a meetup, like the fact that the Canucks are still in the playoff hunt, and the fact that we are all hanging out together as one community, the best Canucks community here on YouTube. So much I want to talk about. So for those of you that are new here, yes, make sure you like the video. For those of you that are new here, I talk for the first 10 minutes or so, as you see on the schedule. Then I'll turn it over to you, and it'll be Canucks and hockey related questions. And then anything that's not hockey related or not Canucks related, I will save it for 10:40 or so. You have to re-ask it at 10:40. And then we do Gordo, and we'll do a wrap up after that. And yeah, generally I try and answer, I acknowledge the questions and the compliments mostly, as opposed to reading every single comment, but it's just a way that I can stay on top of things. Okay, I'll address a few things, non-Canucks things, really quickly. Will Smith and Chris Rock. Chris Rock made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith being in G.I. Jane Part 2, which she's not, but G.I. Jane shaved her head. Jada Pinkett Smith has a condition that has her lose her hair. Will Smith chuckles a bit, then see Jada Smith's, his wife's reaction, goes up and punches Chris Rock in the mouth. Chris Rock just says, Will Smith just kicked the S out of me on TV. And then Will Smith swears at him, keep my wife's name out of your effing mouth. And he yells it twice. We see footage at commercial break of Denzel Washington going over to Will Smith to either console, not confront, but to calm him down. People are saying this might be what they say in wrestling, a work or staged to kind of bump up the buzz around the Oscar crowd. I'm not so sure, being a husband and knowing how fiery and how passionate Will Smith is, and the fact that Denzel and them had to calm him down at the commercial break, I lean towards the fact that it was indeed real, but I'm sure there'll be lots said about it going forward. Also, Canada defeats Jamaica 4-0 today, punching their ticket into the qualifying. I believe, not qualifying, they're in the World Cup in Qatar, which is great. And I believe that the draw is going to be this Friday. So we'll find out what pool they are in. So amazing. They haven't been there, I think, since 1984, 1986, whatever it is. So it's amazing that after the Canadian women win the soccer gold at the Olympics, now the Canadian men will have a chance to do something exciting. So we've touched on the Oscars. We've touched on Canada's men's soccer team. Let's talk quickly about last night's game and the meetup. Well, actually, I'll talk about one thing. You may have seen a tweet that I did. Actually, I'll show you real quick right now. Actually, I have it right beside me, but I think I'll show you. I tweeted this earlier, just about an hour ago, because I tried something new for one of my videos. So this is what I tweeted. I will share it right now. Where is it? Okay, I'll show you guys real quick. Oh, I think I have to put it. So there we go. I basically said experimenting. So I used a green screen for the first time, and I used that earlier tonight for a video that I was recording. And I'm going to edit it as soon as I'm done here. It'll be a quick edit. But for those of you that have been around my channel for a while, it's something that I haven't done in about a year or so that I'm bringing back. And I'm going to do it with regards to the amazing sequence yesterday of Thatcher Demko making all those amazing saves and Lindell not being able to score on an empty net. So if you kind of know my channel from before and you kind of know what kind of reaction videos I like to do, I will be using that. I used the green screen to film something just before I came on here. I was going to release it at 11:30. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a poll right now. And I'll just tell you, it's my new What Were They Thinking video with a green screen. Should I release WWDD tonight at 11:30 p.m. or tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Okay, so I'm putting a quick poll question in there. Tonight at 11 p.m. Oh, 11:30 p.m. And then tomorrow at 9 a.m. Whatever wins from you guys, that's what I will do. So I just put the poll right there. I did my What Were They Thinking video, and I said, should I release it tonight at 10:30 p.m.? Sorry, 11:30 p.m. or at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. If it doesn't matter to you, then it's funny. Most of my viewers are on late, but I don't know if they're going to be on that late at 11:30. And then I kind of wonder, well, it's not like that time sensitive, so I can wait till tomorrow morning. So let me know. Vote in the poll, and I'll figure out what I do with it. Okay, so there's that. The Canucks game itself, a massive, massive win. Going down 1-0 to Dallas, but then scoring 4 unanswered goals. PD with 2. His wrist looks fine. Thank you very much. Then you had Horvat scoring, of course, and then the empty netter. And then Miller scored even after the empty netter. I always think it's funny when a team scores after they score an empty netter. It's just kind of insult to injury. I thought the Canucks played well. Patan, Richardson, and Chason didn't play much in the third. Bruce Boudreau shortened his bench to only 3 lines. But Podkolzin, I thought, played really well. Very noticeable. He had a chance to score a really nice goal at the start. But overall, Demko was amazing. 35 saves. Pettersson was good. 200 career points now. I'll vlog about him tomorrow. And in general, I thought it was a really, really great performance by the Canucks. Very important because they stayed within 3 points of the Dallas Stars. Make that 2 points of Dallas Stars. But, we keep talking about catching Dallas or Vegas. Winnipeg's there. Winnipeg won again tonight in overtime. So they actually have the same number of games as us, 67, but they actually have 74 points. So right now it is Vegas with 76, Dallas with 75, Winnipeg with 74, Vancouver with 73. Vancouver and Winnipeg have played 67 games, so we're equal. Vegas has played 68 games, so we're one lower than them. But Dallas has played only 64, so they are 3 fewer than us. Finally, tonight, last night we had our meetup at Monkey Nine Brewing. We had a blast. It was so much fun, and I appreciate all of you that were there. There were about almost close to 36 people that were there. We ate, we drank, we cheered, we played trivia, we cheered the Canucks on, we gave away some prizes, and all in all, it was a really, really great night. So thanks to everyone who made it out. I know some of you are out of town, some of you made plans, actually deferred plans to go out of town just to be there, i.e. Andrew. We had people like Justin who were there 2 hours early, which I appreciate. And then I was there with Mark, Adam, Parker, Paul, and Pat, shutting the place down. Well, not shutting it down, but we stayed all the way until 9 p.m. So overall, it was a great night. Thank you. I see the poll question. So 61% of you are saying release it tonight. And only 39% are saying release it tomorrow morning. Okay, if I release it tonight, then I trust that all of you will watch it tonight. Because I will defer a bit of work to get it done, which I'm fine doing. But I would hope that you guys would take the time to watch it tonight then. So I'll have that up by 11:30 or so tonight. Okay. Let's go to you. Like this video as we get going. Let's go to your questions starting now. Clay, do you ever think the Canucks were out of the playoff race, especially when they lost to Detroit, Calgary, and Buffalo? Yeah, I did. I never said never, but I admitted that it was going to be very tough. And I still think it's going to be tough for them. I really do. That's why their playoff odds are at 17 or 18%, because they still have to pass 3 teams. It's looking a lot better than it was. Well, it was looking really good about 2 weeks ago. Then it wasn't looking good last week. And they've gotten 5 out of 6 points on the road trip. It has been excellent. Fangirl, hi Clay, do you think Demko gets a start tomorrow, or will Halak get the start? Tomorrow you go Demko. Especially if you have a game in between. I think you had to play Demko given how well he played yesterday. 5G, if Bruce started the season with his team, where do you think we'd be in the standings? I think we'd be battling for second. I'm not sure if we'd be where Calgary is at 88 points, at 677 points percentage, but I think we'd be where LA is at like 600 points percentage, around 81 points. So I think we'd be battling for second if Bruce was here from the start of the season. Do you think Canucks would have a serious chance at a cup in the next 5 years? I do, Fast Quasar, as long as this management group makes good moves, solid moves for the next couple off seasons. I do think they can be a cup contender in the next 3 to 5 years. Karan, what do you make of this new Horvat Besser PD line? Yeah, I love it. I love it too. You know, Horvat's played with Besser before. PD's played with Besser. Horvat's rarely played with PD. Only in PD's rookie season when they needed some offense, they would put those 3 guys together. So I do really like it because I think Miller, Pierce, and Garland are playing very well as well. When do you see Rathbone playing? Maybe not until the Canucks are out of it, Jastrin, if they go out of it, because I'm not sure if you bring him in over Hunt right now, because Hunt and Dermott are playing quite well together. No, I did not see Canada making the World Cup, admittedly, but I'm certainly very happy. Hey, apparently, Jock Paul, what do you think about Richardson and Travis Dermott? They had less ice time yesterday. I think Richardson only had 9. Travis Dermott only had 13 minutes as opposed to 15 minutes each in their debuts, but they've been playing fine. I think they're being great. Clay, what percentage of the Canucks winning against the Blues? I think a bit more than 50%. The Blues are good. But they're only a few more points ahead of us, although a few fewer games. But I like the way the Canucks are playing right now. I'd give them a 60% chance of winning tomorrow. What does our organization do in the summer? Well, they got to make a decision, 5G, on Besser first and foremost, and everything trickles down from there. But I think Besser is going to be the biggest story that we're going to be talking about in the summer. How much more losses before we start playing the kids? Not until we're completely out of it. GL rebirth. I pick the Canucks needing to go 11-4 to make the playoffs. Andreas, what do you think of Aidan McDonough not signing with the Canucks? Any chance he leaves as a free agent? There's always that chance, Andreas, but there's always a chance he pulls a Lockwood or a Rathbone and does sign with the Canucks before August 15th. I'm not too worried about it. He's going to do what's best for his development right now. By the way, guys, we have 87 people in here, which is awesome. We only have 20 likes, though. Let's get that up to 40 or so if we can. Just like the fact that we're hanging out together on a Sunday night, only if you want to. Derek, Clay, do you think that Edmonton will have an early playoff exit based on their current goal takes? Yeah, we were watching the first 2 periods of that Edmonton-Calgary game after my meetup yesterday. It was bad. I do not see how they can get past 1 round. Yeah, Jasker Richardson's here just for the season. Lucas, are you optimistic about the future, especially with their AHL squad and Abbotsford doing well and also making a run for the Calder Cup playoffs? Yeah, I am, Lucas. I really like what Abbotsford has done. I wouldn't say our prospect pipeline is the strongest, but they're playing quite well because a lot of the guys down there are a little bit older. The Patans, the Di Giuseppes, the Rempels of the world. So, but I'm very happy, obviously, with Abbotsford's performance. Ivan, if we make the playoffs, who do you think is our most likely opponent? It will be Colorado. If we make the playoffs, we will be the second wild card, and therefore we play against the top division winner. That means we get teleported over to the Central Division for the playoffs. Justin Clay, what do you think the Canucks did poorly yesterday? I felt they were swarmed numerous times by Dallas and difficulty getting the puck out even when the time and space cleared out. Justin, that's a great question because I I didn't pay a really close attention to the game, as you know. I was kind of trying to entertain and trying to make sure people were feeling comfortable and doing well. So I honestly will have to trust you on that. The fact that they gave up 36 shots, I think, says a lot. I think they did get swarmed in 2 of the 3 periods, first and third. Second period, the Canucks, I think, controlled. But other than that, I think Dallas had control of the play. So I'd agree with you. They gave up a lot of high danger chances. And I watched the Dallas. You guys know I watched the other teams post game conferences as well. And they gave Demko credit for sure, but they also lamented their lack of finish. And I think that is fair. Lieb, do you think we can beat both games? I think we can win 1 out of 2, but would be immaculate. Yeah, if we can beat St. Louis to finish out the road trip, 7 out of 8 points, man, and then come to play St. Louis at home on Wednesday, I think that would be really cool. Do I think we can get both? Yeah. Do I think it will happen? No, but I'd take 3 out of 4 points if you win 1 and lose 1 in extra time somehow. Jaskran doesn't like Chason. Matt, if we make the playoffs, do you think we can win a series or even 2? It depends. I'm not going to say we're going to beat Colorado in a 7-game series just because we beat them last week. I think it'd be pretty tough to try and beat Colorado over a 7-game series. That's why I would love it if we got to 3rd place in the Pacific and then we play against LA. I think we have a better chance that way. So we could win a series, but I wouldn't say 2. Predictions on the Vegas Golden Knights series. I think we win 2 out of 3, Jogpaul. Fast, do you think giving the C to Miller would be better? Personally, I like Horvat better, but there have been rumors. Nah, I think you don't need the C to be a good leader. I think they can coexist as leaders. And Horvat always had Edler and Tanev and Sutter, just like now he has Miller and Myers and OEL. So I think it's fine. I really do. Hey, Marcus, nice to see you. Yep, they're gonna keep Miller at least. Well, they kept him through this deadline, Clefford, and maybe they get an offer that blows their socks off at the draft. You never know. Yeah, Jasker, and I agree with you. I think a lot of people that are freaking out about Aiden McDonough leaving, I think that's a bit of a leap right now. Bruce, if BB was here from the start and we were buyers at the trade deadline, I think, yeah, that's so tough because we don't have a lot of prospects to give away. Do you trade away a Rathbone? Do you trade away? Gosh, I don't know how much you get though, because for guys that aren't proven. But yeah, usually to get rentals, you usually have to give draft picks or prospects, and really there's not much. There's McDonough, there's Lockwood, there's Rathbone, there's Klimovich, but there's not a lot there. Maybe you have to trade a Höglander, Podkolzin if you want anything in return. So kind of glad that they didn't actually. No, I don't know who's starting net, Angus. I've seen both Binnington and Husso both losing. Yeah, I think it'll be Andreas. It will be Colorado and Calgary. It's just easy to pick the division winners, but those 2 teams look like juggernauts right now. I think Colorado's a stronger team though. When is the decision about lifting the cap due? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Murray. Are you talking about when are they going to make the final decision? Usually in the offseason before free agency, so they know what they're working with. If Miller signed long-term contract after last year, do you think he takes a C? I don't. I think he can still be an A and be fine. It was a great game, Brian. Yeah, it's crazy that we don't score 1 against Detroit and then Pittsburgh lights them up for 11, Toronto lights them up for 10. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Lego Rocks compared Demko to Scorpion in Mortal Kombat. I can't give any thoughts, Lucas, because I don't know who Scorpion in Mortal Kombat is. Sorry. 2-0-1 against the Blues. Don't we only play them twice, though? Jastrin? I thought we just played them back to back. Or do we play them 3 times? I'm not sure. Was I shocked the way Halak played? No, Fangirl, I wasn't shocked. I think he had it in him, and he'd heard so much about not being good that I think he wanted to play really well. So I wasn't shocked. I was very happy, though. 5G, I think Lucas might know more about this, about the black skate, but I think they really like the Orca, and I think they will move to the black skate, but still as a novelty or as an alternate, and not as a regular fixture. But that's a really good question. Hey Jay, how are you? The man himself, indeed. Do you think Hoglander could be moved? I feel like he's slipping out of favor with the coach, and the organization seems more promised with Podkolzin. Yeah, Justin, I'd say never when it comes to Hoglander, but I wouldn't want to give up on him just yet. He's only in his second year, but he is the type of guy that could move for sure. Tasty Twins, Clay, who do you think will be better, the Canucks, McDonough or Linus Karlsson? I think they're different type of players. McDonough is more of like a bottom 6 guy. I think Karlsson has the potential to be a second line guy. So if I had to pick one, maybe Karlsson, even though we don't know much about him. Yeah. Top Shelf, hey Clay, would have liked to come to the meetup? No problem. We'd love to see you there. You should have more meetups if the Canucks will play like that every time. I know. Well, the first one I had, they didn't play so well. They lost 7-4 in Vegas, so we'll see. But thank you. Do I think Miller can get 100 points? What's he at right now? I'll look it up real quick. You'd think that games tighten up a little bit as we come down the stretch, but he has got 15 games to go, and he has 80 points. Can he get 20 and 15? Yeah, he can. He can, because he's got 80 and 65. So the math says he could. Wow, that'd be cool. Yeah, no problem. 1-0-1, Jasker, that's what I think as well. A link up between Hockey Guy, Lego Rocks, and Clay. I would do it. Do we go 11-4? And do you think your brother's comment of 97 points is accurate? Yeah, at first, Jay, I said 94. Then I said 95. 97, if you go by points percentage, it's very possible. But we're just talking about one extra win for every team or one extra loss. So 11-4 gets us to 95. 12-3 gets us to 97. 11-3-1 gets us to 96. Who knows for sure? Who knows for sure? Tough to say. Yeah, Shannon PD did play well. I'm doing great, Noah. Hope you're well as well. Brian's still working. What do you do, Brian? Marcus, how's Jet Woo been doing? Can't wait to see him so I can get a Woo jersey. Yeah, slow and steady for sure. For sure. Scenic route to the NHL. Do you think Hack plays another non-back-to-back game because he did good in Colorado? Yeah, Leave. I think they will give it because I think they're going to really be cognizant of Demko's workload as much as they want to make the playoffs. So I do think he gets in a non-back-to-back game. 100 people. Can we get to 100 likes? I'm not sure about that, Jay. Usually the likes don't follow along with the viewers. Jogpal Parker, it was great. I was so happy that Parker came down to my meetup yesterday. He, I only know from what he posted on his community tab saying that he was feeling a bit burnt out. So I don't know, maybe work's been busy for him, but I think, I think like with anyone, with any content creator, you go up and down with your energy, depending if you're sick or if you're healthy, with your passion, with your priorities, with what's going on in your life. And maybe it was a combination. He's fine. I saw him yesterday. He looks good. He sounds good. He's always good. But I think he needed a break. But I think it's best if you ask him. But I don't think it's anything bad for sure. Or could we be staying as the primary? Thank you. Hello, C-Edits. Nice to see you. Thanks, Tasty Twins. Yes, burnt out, taking a break for Parker for sure. But he looked good. It sounded good yesterday. 100 points for Miller. It's doable. I saw a donation flash across my screen. Owen TV Reacts. Long time no see. Thank you for the donation, Owen. Let's give Owen some love in the chat For sure. Thank you very much, Owen. I appreciate that. Nice to see you. Let's keep on going. Yeah, Jason, it would be crazy. It would be almost a shame to have that good of a run and then not make the playoffs. Yeah, I think Hughes is somewhere around 8, 9, 10. He's not as good as Makar, Hedman, Yossi, those guys. But I think he's kind of with Heiskanen and Dahlin and then kind of that next wave for sure. So yeah, I put him through 8 and 10. So Owen, thank you for the donation. Fangirl, thank you for the donation. Appreciate your support as always. And Lucas, thanks for hosting an epic GLCPC hangout. Next time, sports bar or bus. Thank you. And Owen TV, haven't been around much. Been great. I've been great. Thank you, Owen. We had a nice little gathering in Richmond of the GLCPC, but things are going well. So thanks, Owen, for the multiple donations. Thank you for the message, Lucas, and thank you for the donation, Fangirl. You guys are awesome. Tell me what you think I can spare now getting into sale. Carol, hi Clay. Can you please tell me what you think I can spare now of getting into sale? You think you can beat the next 3 teams? Okay, I think you're talking about getting in the playoffs. That's my guess, Carol. I think we should be able to beat St. Louis at least once, if not both times. And then we have Vegas back-to-back. And then we have a couple of easier games in Arizona and San Jose. So it's going to be a massive 4 games. Let's say the Canucks take 3 of them. Do you think Petey should consider surgery for his wrist? I don't know. That's a great question, Karan, because we don't want him kind of having setbacks, even if it's only for a few games every year. It's not ideal. It's not ideal. Minus 16 in Montreal, crazy. Lifestyle options, retirement community. Thank you, Brian. That's right. You did tell me that. Favorite sports logo? Ooh. Favorite sports logo? That is a great question. I never really thought about that. You know, I'm not a big logo and jersey guy. I know a lot of people really get into that, the design, the aesthetics, all those things. I like simple for sure. So I don't necessarily like the team, but I like the Toronto logo. I like the Blackhawks logo, not because of what it stands for, but because maybe I just kind of like traditional and simple, to be honest with you. So logos like that for sure. Coach Rob, hoping you can do a meetup on the island this summer. Yes, thinking about that. Great idea, Coach Rob, for sure. Yes, Peter, nice Will Smith reference. Not sure you hear. I talked about it off the top. Who do you think is going to be the next Canucks star that they have drafted or signed? I actually think Rathbone is going to be sneaky good. Maybe not a star, but I think he could be a solid contributor for sure. Speaking of Rathbone, do you think he gets called up? Yes. And if yes, when? Man, I think Pullman's still got to come back before Rathbone. Right now they have Kyle Burrows there. So I don't think Rathbone gets caught up until we're out of the playoff race, unfortunately. And then they get ready for next year. Shannon, thank you for the donation. Thanks for having this great channel. We are a great community and we are still loving coming on. Best CCC guy and crew from Rob and Shannon Charlie. Thank you, Shannon. I hope you are feeling better as well. Rob kept me in the loop. Thoughts on PD on the wing and not center? It's fine if he can load up his shot. I know one goal was on the rush and one goal was in the power play. It means he doesn't control the puck as much, and he's a very good puck controller. He's not the fastest guy, so you think in theory you want him at center, but so far so good. I actually think PD is good enough where you can put him anywhere, just not on defense. Yes, flurry of activity. Thank you, everyone. Really appreciate you, as always. What does Quinn need to improve on? His 2-on-1 play, actually, when he's playing defense. I noticed there were a couple games in a row where we lost in overtime, not because of him, but he often gets turned around on a 2-on-1. I don't know if it's the way he checks or the way he tries to use his stick too much. So I would love for him to work on his 2-on-1 defense, quite frankly. Your thoughts on Miller stop skating at the blue line against the Wild? You know, Bruce, I talked about that. Thank you, Bruce, always for commenting, by the way, on my videos. I talked about that a bit. On one hand, you want to see more effort because it's do or die right now. On the other hand, he's gassed. He usually gives a really good effort. I don't think it was the best look, but I've kind of forgot about it now, to be honest with you. Hughes can break the single-season defenseman record for the Canucks with 11 more points. Yeah, he could do it. No, that's fair, Jasker. Makar is definitely benefits from having some really good players, but I also think Makar is a really good player. Lieb, I answered the Halak question about 5 minutes ago. See edits. Whose play has surprised you the most this season? Luke Shen and Juho Lammikko. Luke Shen, because I didn't think he was that good. Juho Lammikko, because I didn't know who he was. Lucas Clay, if you had control of the NHL, what would you change? League structure, playoffs, rules? I'd be way tougher on dangerous hits. I still think guys get away with too much. That's what I would do. But I'm a wimp. Next year, can we win 2 series? Perhaps, Matt. Depends on what we do in the offseason. So Jaskin thinks PD should get surgery in the offseason. Jog Paul, are they still struggling? No, they are not back to kicking butt. They are barely holding on to the last playoff spot. Thanks, Marcus. Appreciate it. Do I like the new 22 NHL playoff branding? I haven't even looked at it. I'm going to look at it right now. 2002-22 NHL playoffs. Images. Oh, it's kind of, yeah, I like, if you're talking about the squared off, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, I like it. I like kind of clean lines and things like that. Even though I just finished saying I'm not really big into aesthetics, logos, and graphics. Derek Clay, if you're the NHL commissioner for the day, what rules would you change? Oh, kind of similar to Lucas' question. Stricter penalties on bonehead, dirty plays. I like Dermott. I think Dermott's been fine. I know the Canucks wanted to be top 4. He's been used as a bottom pairing guy. But I don't think he has the potential to challenge OEL. OEL's slowing down for sure, but I do think that that he's got a really good hockey IQ. I actually would love to see Rathbone as the third LD, and I'd go Hughes, OEL, Rathbone on the left, then Shen, Myers, Shen, and Dermott on the right, actually. And then I would move Pullman. I would use Hunt as an extra. Yeah, Canucks Oilers in the 29th. That could have some playoff ramifications for sure. Unsung hero for you. It is Shen, but I think Pearson is moving up there as well. Justin, great question. Yeah, he has been worth it. Frango, does your price as a student member go up during the playoffs? Yes, tickets are more expensive in the playoffs, Fangirl, for sure. Peter, thoughts on how Brock is being used on the PP? Haven't seen the classic one-timers. Yeah, we were joking about this actually at the meetup. We know that the power play runs through Hughes and Miller on the top and on the left wing. So they're not using Besser on that spot where Miller is. And then PD is kind of like the third option. And then Horvat's the fourth option, the bumper. And then Brock is just kind of causing distraction. Yeah, I'd like to see Brock uses one-timer, but he also takes a while to get it off. And I would dare say that maybe JT Miller's got better vision. So I can see why they're putting Miller on that spot. Reed, what are your thoughts on Aiden McDonough playing a senior year at Northeastern rather than playing at Oxford? I don't think he's going to sign. Yeah, Reed, good question. I actually talked about that a little bit earlier. I think it's okay. Lockwood and Rathbone were late as well. I'm not too worried about it just yet. If you were offered a job to work for the Canucks within management or coaching, what position were you on? Okay, so we're not talking about communications or PR. We were talking about this at my meetup yesterday. If in management or coaching, I don't think I'd be that good of a coach. Maybe a video coach. You'll see my video coach skills on my What Were They Thinking tonight. But maybe, I'm just excited for you to see the green screen effect. It's just me with no background, but I just think it looks really cool. Anyway, I think in management, I could see myself doing some type of, not a GM, not a scout, but some type of, no, I could see myself doing some sort of communications or PR work for the team. That counts as management, right? Yeah, let's go with that. Jasker and Jennifer Barrell said if she's an NHL commissioner, she would do this where a player fights, they get kicked out of the rest of the game. Yeah, by the end of the Battle of Alberta, they'd have no players left. What's your favorite Canucks jersey? Flying skate in black. Clay would use the rat repellent on Marchand. Dermott did great by breaking up the 2-on-1. Yeah, he slid and he whipped his stick back. That was good. See, you might have talked about this already, but do you think we take both games against the Blues? I think we go 1-0-1, so I think we get 3 out of 4 points. Hello, Bernd. I always appreciate you tuning in from Germany. We got outstanding goaltender. Is that enough to make the playoffs in the end? I think it's pretty tough. I want them to, but I think it's going to be pretty tough. Can you wear your David Booth jersey next time? I was very close to wearing it yesterday. No, I wasn't. Murray, if Jack Hughes came, I'm not sure why I bought that one. If Jack Hughes came available, do you think the Canucks would have a run at him? Of course, but he's not going to be available for a while. Bruce, the thing that's changed the rules in the LTIR. Yeah, that's good. basically work out a formula where they can't just bring guys back. I don't know how you do this, but somehow they do a percentage of money, or you have to play in X amount of games in the regular season. But I don't know how you do that though. Would I still do the OEL Garland trade since Beagle, Roussel, and Eriksson? At the time it sounded great, but now when you think of 12 million coming off, but then I think Garland can be a good piece, and I think OEL's been solid. So you lose a couple of draft picks, including Dylan Gunther, though. That's a tough one. I still think I'd do it, and I think the Canucks, Benning felt like he had to do it. Could Dermott be like a Chris Tanev yesterday? Yeah, different type of player. Better skater, not as rugged as Tanev. Yeah, top shelf. Yeah, Shorthouse was awesome in that Demko sequence, and that's kind of what I went with my new What Were They Thinking video today. What Canucks players won't be back after the season? Well, Mott's traded. Yaroslav Halak will be gone. And I think those are the two big ones for sure. I think they'll go after Highmore and Lamico as RFAs. They'll try and get them back. Yes, Duffman, I did get your second email. Thank you. All good. I'll take care of that in the next couple of days. Jaskrin. Battle of Alberta, boring physically, but how about 15 goals or whatever last night? That was pretty fun. Jason Jaffrey or Lee Gorin? I don't remember Jason Jaffrey. I remember Lee Gorin. Justin, since we're playing the Blues next, if you replace an equivalent player on the Canucks with one on the Blues, who would you choose? Would it be Husso for Halak? Yeah, Kyrou is excellent. I've always liked Ryan O'Reilly, but he's similar to Horvat a little bit. Yeah, but I do like Husso. I like your choices, actually, of Husso and Kyrou. I think Robert Thomas is good, too. Nice young player. Yeah, I do think they got to fix the LTIR loophole, Lucas, for sure. Who's ready for school? Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, Peter, I often think of, I wonder how Benning and Green are doing for sure. NHL Canucks, you forgot Myers and Pullman. About what? About getting rid of players? Rugged hasn't. Yeah, Clifford, I do think, well, the players, teammates call Tanev a warrior. And yes, he does get hurt, although he didn't get hurt in the last season he was with the Canucks. But I do think, thank you, Matthew, for the subscription, by the way. I do think he's rugged, and rugged from the stance of he plays tough. And I think he's a bad injury luck for sure. Canucks dumbest trade ever. Jared McCann for Eric Goodbranson. I don't know about ever, but I know I was mad at that one for sure. For sure. Jasper and Dallas Canucks game reminded me of the Rangers Canucks game in November. Yes, including crazy saves by Demko. Would I like to see more in home and home regular season series? Lucas, yeah, I don't mind it. Some feistiness or some rivalry builds, but it's not easy from a travel standpoint, obviously. Why aren't the Canucks letting Martin get more games in? Yeah, they want it, but they want it to be next season's backup, or at least give him a shot to get it, but they're also not going to sacrifice games. And if Boudreau thinks that Halak is a better option than Martin, then that's what they're going to go with. Karan, what Canucks game did you have your best memory at? Two of them. Burrows slaying the Dragon in 2011 and the Sedin's final home game. 9-5. Okay, 14 goals. That was close. Isn't third in the Pacific more doable? It's basically the exact same thing right now, Lee. Hey, Alfred. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming last night. You're the best. What are your thoughts on the Sprite jersey? It's okay. It's okay. See, it's I didn't like enough to buy it, though. But and I'm not overly picky. Obviously, I have a David Booth jersey, so I just thought it was okay. Justin, the baby you're holding yesterday was super cute. Yes, that was. So Steph and Chris are my friends there. Avery, their older daughter, is my godchild. And then Ileana is their younger sister. Very, very cute. I don't know if we're going to hear Benning speak, at least not on the record, Funk You. Hargobin, are you going to any Canucks games soon? Yes, likely this Sunday, April the 3rd, is my next one. Against Vegas. Oh, yeah, Richardson we gone too because it's only 1 year contract. Great point. Yes, Duffman. McCann for Goodbranson was bad. There are about 36 of us burned last night at Monkey 9. Yes, the furniture is okay, but there's a lot of good cheering for sure. Are you going to the Blues or Vegas game home? Yes, I'm going to go to the Sunday Vegas game likely. Yes, Hughes and Kachuk brothers for Team USA for sure. For sure. Jasker, and I missed the 20 season where every player contributed like McHugh and Gaudette. Yeah, that was fun. The bubble season for sure. NHL Canucks, you can't blame Tana for going after money. He has to do what's right for him and his family. Yes, Brian, not a dumb question. We are caught up with our COVID games for sure. That was what that February break was for. Karan, how would you feel about a black skate jersey? However, the skate gets replaced with black and yellow Orca. Can't really picture it, Karan. I have to think about that one. I'm not so sure. Do you think Vegas still gets in the playoffs? I don't see edits. Lucas Bruce, there it is, Chance. Those were good too, led by you. The fan with the mohawk. Yeah, special. Yeah, that was awesome. That really nice story with Quinn Hughes. Yes, exactly, Peter. Someone else mentioned that too, that Pittsburgh lights the Red Wings up for 11 and we can't even score one. I would love for us to get third place in the Pacific, so then we play LA. Marky was after the money, but Tanev had no choice. That's fair. I have a number of podcasts that mentioned that the draft coming out will be one of the deeper drafts. Why is that? I actually heard that 2023 is a deeper draft in 2022, but admittedly, my draft knowledge is about the same as my baseball knowledge, i.e. next to none. Okay, friends, it is 10:40. Let's move now. I'm gonna be pretty strict about finishing by 11 because I got to get some work done and I want to get my video ready for 11:30 tonight. My new What Were They Thinking with the green screen, which I'm so excited about. So let's move to 15 minutes of Ask Me Anything. So no more Canucks or hockey related questions. I'll just finish off these because you probably typed it as I was doing this. 200th point. Yes, Vegas won't get in, but the Canucks will get in. Love it, Brian. Bedard and Michkov are battling for first overall pick. Gotcha. Make the black skate a third, not a first. It would be overused. There you go. Favorite thing about doing the podcast with Parker? Oh, that's good. Great question, fangirl. I think we have good chemistry. And we were talking about this last night is even though he's 24 and I'm 47, I'm old enough to be his dad. He plays the straight man and I play with the more funny guy. I'm not hilarious, but you guys know if you watch Canucks After Dark, he's kind of the more facts and the stats and the good analysis. I think my analysis is good, but I like to bring in other things, other factors, and I like to have, I'm not say more fun than Parker, but I'm a little bit more, I think it's fair to say I'm a little bit more playful than Parker. And we agreed. We can't both be serious, which we could be, and we can't both be playful, which we could be. I think he can be. So I think the chemistry that we have is pretty cool. The Will Smith incident, I thought it was legit. Then I thought it was staged. And then the more I think about it, I think it was legit because we see footage of Denzel Washington going over to him. So on one hand, I have no fault with him standing up for his wife. I just don't think he needs to do it. He knows it's a show. He knows it's the Oscars. He knows Chris Rock's a comedian. And I'm sure, I think you think they're friends, they're friends in real life. So I think it was a bit of an overreaction, but I'm not going to judge him. It's obviously a very sensitive topic, her hair condition. It was just unfortunate. Yeah, Jasker and I've swore before, whether it's stubbing my toe, getting injured, or getting upset. Yeah, I've sworn before, just never on the stream. Karan, if you were to make the perfect player, combine the attributes of current Canucks. Oh, Karan, I'm going to let this one slide because it's a good question. But I'm trying not to do any more hockey questions. I would take Jovo's skating, Hughes' edge work, Henrik's hockey IQ, Bertuzzi's aggression, Petey's hands, Naslin's shot. Okay, there's a few. Yeah, I just laugh. I don't swear. Jaskrin, that's a little bit strong. Parker straight up depressing. I'm going to defend Parker a little bit. No, not a little bit. I don't think he's depressing. I think you're talking about in his outlook. He's very realistic for sure. He calls it as he sees it, just like I do. We have different outlooks. Maybe that's why we make a good team. But depressing is kind of strong, I think. Pancakes or waffles? Pancakes. Great question, not a planet. Funniest thing Mickey does when you are yelling at him, he'll give you the side eye. So he'll kind of look at you like this, or maybe because his eyes are screwed up in the first place. But he won't acknowledge you. He will turn to the side, but he won't run away though. He'll listen to you chew him out, but he won't look at you. So it's kind of pretty funny actually. It's hard to get mad. Favorite food, Matt Go? That's an easy one. That's sushi all day, every day. I'll have a talk with you in the GC. What's the GC? Justin, your Kahoot question about your next sub-milestone had a small curveball answer. Made me think for a few seconds extra. Yeah, I thought that was a good one. But everyone knows that I always have that road to 9 clay, which we are slowly getting to. Weirdest thing you or your kids have done. Weirdest thing. Weirdest thing. Well, for me, it's 24-hour live stream. I think that's kind of strange. I don't know who in their right mind does that. The kids, I wouldn't say they do anything strange. They do funny stuff all the time, but I'd have to think about that one, Peter. That's a really good question that I want to do justice to. Shannon, how is Gail coming along after the surgery? She's doing great. Shannon, thank you. Is she not allowed to lift things? Is she back to doing... Yes, so she's back to doing things around the house, getting ready to go back to work, not tomorrow, but the next week. And she's simply not allowed to exercise or lift anything heavy, though. That's the biggest change. Thank you. Have you encountered a 5-7 split in bowling? I have. And I was nowhere close to getting it. I don't think I even got 2 of the pins. I think I only got the 5 on my spare shot. In fact, in our Tuesday night league, whenever someone gets a 5-7-10, we actually take a picture of it because it's so funny. Yeah, that's fair, Duffman. That's fair about Will Smith. Yeah, Jasker and Parker is good. I agree, but he's not hyped enough. But some people might say that I'm too hyper or too hyped, and they prefer. I'm not saying that you prefer my approach. That's why I think we make a good team. Weirdest place I've run into a celebrity, Derek. Well, I haven't run into many celebrities. I guess one of them, if for those of you that are old like me, there's a show called Different Strokes. A guy named Todd Bridges who played Willis. He was the older brother. Ran into him in Hawaii, but that's not really weird. Just Hawaii on a beach. So that's a really weak answer. Sorry, Derek. Burgers or hot dogs? Burgers, Lucas. Karen, GLCPC bowling tournament. Not during a game, but before or after. Yes, we would do it for sure. Tacos or burgers? Burgers, Clifford. Canuck Carl, what's your favorite movie? Shawshank Redemption. Meat or beef? I'll go beef, Jaskarin. Scott, what would it take to have Coach Rob host a small weekly segment? I could bring Coach Rob on. I don't know if it would be weekly, but we can talk about that. I like Coach Rob a lot. What did you eat at the meetup? We had wings and tater tots as appetizer, and then I had steak. Is Canucks After Dark on YouTube? It is. We have our own channel, Brian, called Canucks After Dark. Fangirl, did that Amber Alert scare you? Well, it's scary that the situation's scary, but the actual noise, it didn't jolt me or scare me, if that's what you mean. So it was scary because of the situation, but the alert itself didn't scare me. Fried rice or noodles? If it's udon, I'll take the noodles. If it's ramen or what's the skinny one called? Soba, I will take fried rice. Favorite sushi spot in Vancouver? It's not the best, but I go to Sushi Mura on Oak and 49th because it's relatively cheap. We had it for dinner tonight, and it's close to my office. Clay is indeed short for Clayton. Clayton is my full name. That's why my Instagram is Clayton Emo, not Clay Emo. Surprising fact you've learned about yourself. Oh, that's a great question, NHL Canucks. I think the most surprising fact I've learned about myself is, I don't know if it's a surprising fact. I have a pretty healthy confidence in what I can do. I'm not afraid to try new things. I'm not afraid. Maybe it's surprising. I'm not afraid of big crowds. I've spoken in front of 2,500 people before, 10,000 people before, being on TV. So the lights, the cameras, that stuff. I'm not perfect, obviously, but that stuff doesn't bother me. So maybe that's a little bit surprising. But I've kind of been like that ever since I was small. So maybe it's not the most surprising. What a horrible answer. I got to work on my answers. Bruce, how is your weight loss going? It's okay. I did really well. And then in February, March, actually after Gail's surgery, I actually stopped exercising a little bit too because we weren't eating as well because Gail wasn't cooking. And that's not meant to sound sexist. It's the fact is when Gail cooks for us, it's very healthy. When we cook, it's not as healthy. So I do got to get back to it. I'm still down overall, but I got to get a little bit better. So I lost 15. I've gained 5 of that back. So I want to lose that 5 again and then go from there. Great questions tonight, you guys. Thanks, Brian, for your loyalty. Todd Bridges, you got it. Favorite pastries, donuts, croissants, cookies, or something else. In that order, actually, I like all of those. We're not a big pastries family, but when they're here, we will eat it. Actually, all three of those. We're not big on like danishes or tarts or cupcakes, but those three, croissants, we eat. Cookies, we do like, and donuts. But we like kind of plain Jane, chocolate chip, oatmeal raisin, those kind of things, as opposed to like crazy flavors. When are you planning to do a Disney trip with the family? Yeah, that's a great question. We were talking about that this weekend. Maybe not until next year when things kind of still clear up a little bit. Disneyland or Disney World? I've only been to Disney World twice. I've been to Disneyland about 7 or 8 times. So I like Disney World for the novelty, but Disneyland I think is a bit more fun. Yeah. Dogs or cats? Got to be dog because we have Mickey, a Shih Tzu. Karan, how's that gritty coming along? Oh, not good. I try and do it around the house, and my kids basically tell me to stop. Bowling celebration. Awesome. Where do you usually get your equipment for your streams? Stores or online? Do you rely on suggestions from other streamers or tech-savvy people when it comes to... great question. So the ring lights I got from Amazon. The camera I also got from Amazon. So the camera, I definitely read the reviews for my Sony. And then the ring lights are just some cheap $40 ones. And this mic, actually, it's not even rated high or whatever, but I really like it. It's compact. I think it looks decent, and it does the job. So... yeah, mostly Amazon, Justin, and I do very little research. Maybe I should do more. Although I use a green screen for the first time that you guys will see in about 40 minutes. Clay, what do you cook? That's one of your strengths. My strength is not cooking, Jaskrin. I suck. I suck. I can make a good grilled cheese sandwich, and that's really about it. Oh, you were in front of 1,000 people on a YouTube stream. That's awesome. That's way bigger than any of my streams, Clifford. That's great. I've spoken live in front of people, but... never 1,000 on YouTube. That's excellent. Hey, Jacob. Nice to see you. Hi. Clay, my best score. Not you, Jacob. Different Jacob. My best score in bowling I played with my purchase. Nice. Carol, I don't see a number in that score, though. Let me know. Got go-to place to watch a movie? I'm very boring, Edmund. We just go to a Silver City here in Richmond. I know there's other places with way better seats. Yes, Duffman, thank you. My dad died of a heart attack. Thank you. I appreciate that. Justin, what celebration do you think your audience would like to see more? A bowling celebration or beating Jacob Sean at ping pong celebration? I think the ping pong celebration, I could be a little bit more creative because we're in the backyard and I could be a little louder. We're outside, use more props. At the bowling alley, though, there's always the advantage of just the slippery floor for my moonwalk and stuff. So I'd have to get back to you on that one, Justin. I think the best would be, though, if I ever beat Sean in NHL on what do you call it? On the PlayStation. That could be an amazing celebration. I could run to the piano and play myself a celebration song. Clay, when we do a basketball video, you know, Jasper, it's funny. I was at my church a couple weeks ago and I was shooting hoops and I thought of recording it for you. But maybe I'll do an actual true basketball video. I'll do like a one-on-one with Sean and Jake or something. Book question. You lost me at books. I don't read any of those books. Sorry, Ivan. I just read the Bible and some stuff for my course, and that's it. Thanks, Brian. Take care. Any plans for April Fools? No, I doubt it. I have a busy day on Fridays, and we don't really get into that. Clay, do you type slang when you message others? No, I use a lot of the laughing, crying emoji that my kids say I use too much. But no, I don't use a lot of slang for sure. I have not been to Malaysia. I've been to the Philippines. I've been to Japan, but I have not been to Malaysia. Clay, you definitely got to make a dad joke video with Jacob and Sean. Yeah, I've done actually a couple for work. If you look up bad jokes with Archbishop Michael, then there's 2 of them that are on YouTube right now. If you type in Clay bad jokes, you'll find them. Or Clay emo bad jokes. Pretty funny. But yes, I think a video with Jacob and Sean would be fun. What is a strength that you have now that you would have liked to know as a child? Ooh, Shannon, that's great. Standing up for my faith. I wasn't a Catholic or Christian when I was growing up, but I can think of even times in university where I could have been stronger in my faith and maybe stood up, given a voice to people who needed a voice, someone to stand up for them. I think that's one thing I could have done better. What do you wish you'd asked your dad before he passed away? No, that's a great question, NHL Canucks. because I'm comfortable talking about that. I love my dad. You guys know how close I was to him. What's one thing I would have asked him? Honestly, it's not what I would have asked him. It's I would desire that he had more time. He only had 3 years with Sean, only 1 year with Jacob, and he didn't get to meet Kayla. So that's my biggest regret, is that he didn't get to meet, really hang around with Jacob, and he didn't get to meet Kayla. And I know he would have loved those two just as much as he loved Sean. Great question. Oh, you produce live streams. Awesome, Trevor. Oh, sorry to hear that, Clifford. Sorry to hear that. Thank you, Justin, for your subscription. No, that's fine. Jaskin, that's fine. He said I didn't have to answer it, and I was happy to answer it. Oh, good. You're good bowling on the Wii. That's great, Shannon. Would you play Sean in NHL? What teams do you normally use? We go random. So we do this thing where you go 3 random teams, and you can choose one of those 3, or you can go a 4th random, and you have to take them. So it's at least a chance to get a Colorado or a Vegas or something like that. Nearly Neo wears great shirts. Red or blue? On him, let's go red. Timberlake or Bieber? Timberlake. A lot of Justins in that comment. What course are you taking, Clay? I'm taking a master's in pastoral theology out of the Gustin Institute, online from Denver. Do you watch any other sports than hockey? Yeah, NFL and NBA, not as much, but I do. Do you think your kids are so awesome because Gail and you are... Jason, thank you. Gail and I are very proud of Sean, Jacob, and Kayla. We realize we are very blessed. They are not perfect kids. We are not perfect parents, but we don't compare ourselves to other families. We just know that we have helped to raise 3 really good kids. They are smart. They are thoughtful. They are very talented, strong faiths. They're full of integrity. Again, not perfect, just like I'm not perfect, but we do. It sounds like I'm showing off, but I'm honest. We get a lot of compliments about how good our parenting is, or how good our kids turned out, and we do not take that for granted. We are very blessed for sure. What is one thing you love to learn before your next birthday? Ooh, some more YouTube strategies. Actually, I'd love to learn how to sing, but I think that train has passed by for sure. No problem, Austin. We're just wrapping up. Okay, I'm gonna whip through these last couple, and then we get to Gordo. Justin, awesome. NHL tournament with the GLCPC, I'd come in last, but sure. Do you ever gamble like Evander Kane? I used to gamble, never to that extent, but I rarely play now. Most goals you scored against Sean in NHL, probably, if it's not like 3s, maybe 4. Heart attacks, yeah. Yeah, it's very scary. 202, that's awesome, Carol. Yeah, it's already 11. These things go by fast. Thank you, Karan. I appreciate that, Duffman. We are very blessed, I know. What's your favorite drink? Unfortunately, it's Pepsi. I mean, it's good, but it's unhealthy. Okay, it is almost 11 o'clock. Let's get to Gordo. Thank you, guys. Great questions. I wanna end up in the next 5 minutes. So, if you played Gordo today, do not spoil it. Do not spoil it for anyone else. So let's get to Gordo, and then we will wrap up. So here's my disclaimer. I'm not necessarily taking the first 5 letter word I see. I will use my discretion, but I have not played it, so I am flying blind as well. Okay. Actually, I like line A because it's got 3 vowels. And although vowels aren't as important with names, I noticed, than in regular words. But let's go with Patrick Liney. I like Alfred's guess. And it was a good guess because 3 of those 5 letters work. So I need the next name that has an A in the second spot, and then an L and an E in it, but somewhere else. Karan, it's got to be 5 letters. Stop typing in Hughes. Okay, so I will take the next one in the chat that I see that is an A in the second spot, and an E and an L somewhere. And no cheating. No cheating. Can't be Hasek. Although that's a good one. Oh, no, it can be Hasek. No, there's no L. Good try, Justin. No, it's got to have an L in it. Oh, I see. I've stumped you guys. No, I've stumped you. Gordo has stumped you. Stumped you, not stomped you. Let's try that again. I need a... Yeah, we got to find a name that's got an A. No, Halak doesn't have an E. Who's Elan? Is there in there? No, it's got to be an A in the second spot, Coach Rob. So we need a name that's got an A here and then an E and an L somewhere else. I'm trying to think of... No, can't be Tanev. There's no L. Hey, Seek, nice to see you. Again, I'm looking for a name that's got an A in the second letter and then an E and an L. This is tough. Oh, very good, Austin. Wow. Austin with the Hagel. The Hagel that was just traded. You guys, look how smart we are. Again, a tour. Took two. We usually take three, and we had 1-5. But we've gone 19 for 19. We are so smart. We are too smart. That's another thing I love about this community. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up here because I want to get that video ready by 11:30. So if you're still awake, at 11:30 in half an hour from now, you will see my brand new video, my newest What Were They Thinking? And yes, I used a green screen for the first time ever, and I think I will use it a lot more often. It was a lot of fun. So moderators, thank you for doing a great job. As always, I appreciate you. Sponsors, Perform and Transform, Advanced CD Experts, Gassy Jack Art, and Monkey 9, thank you. And by the way, I noticed every time I come back from Gordle, I'm more choppy. So I think I got to figure out why it does that. Yeah, that was me testing my connection. And members, thank you as always. And to all of you, I really appreciate you being here on non-game night. Tomorrow, as you see, it's Canucks After Dark, Parker and me. Jasker, you can ask him why he's so depressed. No, just don't ask him that. And we'll be together at 11 after a Vancouver Canucks St. Louis Blues game. So I hope that you guys can all join us there. And then I'll be back on Wednesday with my stream. And now that I know how to use this green screen, I think I'm going to be doing more of these What Were They Thinking videos. So let me know in the comments when I release it in half an hour. Let me know what you think of the What Were They Thinking video and if you want to see more of them. But yeah, if you're around in half an hour, you will get a notification and you will see it. You'll see it on your feeds. Okay, friends, to everyone who donated today, thank you. For new subscribers too, I appreciate you as well. So, as always, subscribe if you'd like to, like this video if you'd like to, become a member or upgrade if you'd like to, and yeah, you're bad, do what you got to do. And leave a comment down below if you'd like to, a permanent comment. Otherwise, look for my What Were They Thinking in less than half an hour. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. By the way, I actually know someone who sent in his hearing aids for repair, and he did that almost 3 weeks ago. He hasn't heard anything since. God bless. What? And go Canucks go. Booyah.